Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm talking about vinyl record subscription clubs and whether or not there's any real value to them. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you check them out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist that we put together every week, and the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So there's been a bunch of music services over the years. Of course, Columbia House was the big one way back in the day. I loved it. I got a lot of great albums through their service, and of course there are ways to get around paying your obligation to them, and a lot of us did way back in the day. But really, outside of that, service, 20 plus years ago, if you're a vinyl record collector, there really hasn't been a lot over the last few years. I've tried. There's several that I've tried. I know Amazon had one there I think they still do. They've got two different services. They started with primarily a 70s service, and I had 2 subscriptions through them. So I was getting 2 albums a month for about a year. And what I really kind of noticed was a lot of the stuff I either had, and the price on it was pretty good. It was $25 a month. But out of the 20 plus albums that I got over a year, or almost a year, I think there was only 2 or 3 that I kept. And a lot of the other stuff that Amazon offered just seemed like albums that they had left over in stock that they would just push out to whoever subscribed to their service. So, I kind of lost interest in that one pretty quickly. I also used Bandbox for a while, and Bandbox early on had some really great titles that I think were harder to find. I wasn't seeing them in a lot of stores out there. But as their service got more popular, those titles sold out, and I think they had a hard time really restocking stuff that interested me. So I think I had Bandbox for maybe 4 or 5 months before canceling it. And outside of that and that 70s service from Amazon, those are like the big ones I see out there that seem to be pretty popular. I know Amazon earlier this year just started a rock-themed service that they do, where I think it's $35 compared to this $25 a month for that for their first service. And the rock stuff has a little bit more stuff that I'm more interested in, but I can probably find it cheaper online or in my local record stores. So that one really doesn't interest me a whole lot. I know a lot of people that really love Vinyl Me Please. The thing is with them, they've got a lot of really great albums, but they've jacked up the price a lot over the last few years. That's what has really stopped me from joining their service. But just recently, I think last week it was, that something popped up online and they had a really big discount code. And so I decided to sign on to their service for a year. And one of the add-on features for the promo that they're running is if you sign up for a year, you get 8 free albums. So it's 20 albums over the year. When you break down the price, I think I'm paying like $15 or $16 an album, which is a great price considering what I got in this collection. So I got my box today. This is the big box from Vinyl Me Please. There should be 9 albums in here. I'm going to open this thing up and kind of go over, and I guess talk about what I think about their service so far. And I guess the thing is with a lot of these subscription services is it's hard for me to find a lot of value in them because, I'm not a new record collector. I have a pretty decent sized record collection. I have a lot of the titles I really want. So, a lot of these services out there don't really cater towards me. It's, like I said, those Amazon services, those are catered more towards, your newer collectors, someone that's really kind of trying to fill out their record collection. I think services can be of value to people like that. But for me personally, I just didn't find a lot of value. There wasn't a whole lot there that I was really looking for. So I tried to look around, and that's the thing that kind of drew me to Vinyl Me Please, because they do some specialty pressings, some exclusive stuff, stuff that maybe I have like a standard version in my record collection. But hey, if they're offering a service and it's kind of a cool looking color or an alternate cover or something like that, there's more value to it to me. The first thing I noticed is I'm not a big fan of the way they package this. There's 9 albums in here. There's nothing really padding the inside of the box. It's just some bubble wrap around them. And bubble wrap is good for packaging things, but not really for packaging records because it doesn't really protect the corners, which you can't see in the camera there, but the corners are bare on here. There's nothing. If something hit the edge of the box, it would definitely damage the corner of the album. So I guess that's one issue that I see already so far. So inside the package, there's a little Atlantic 75 sticker, if you can see it in the camera there. And then there's a little flyer in here. Looks like it has some of the Atlantic 75 titles that are available through Vinyl Me Please. And then little story about the 75-year journey for Atlantic Records. So it's kind of cool to kind of flip through. But for me, it was all about the music. And I guess the one thing that really drove me to Vinyl Me Please to try them was the inclusion of a rock theme that's available through them. Because they do like, they've got a classic thread. There's essentials. I think there's a rap one also. But for me, I felt like they really missed a lot of rock music in what they offered. And the first one I decided to grab is Stone Temple Pilots #4. This is a great album. This is one that I think really kind of gets lost in Stone Temple Pilots' discography. Of course, the first 3 albums were all huge, but #4 is, I think, equally as good as some of those other earlier albums. And I already have a standard black version of this, but this one looks really sweet. If I can open this up here, and it comes with there's a nice little Obi strip on here if you can see, and it just says Stone Temple Pilots #4, Vinyl Me Please, and then VMP Rock. One thing I noticed right away is the standard pressing of this album, the star is actually cut out in it, whereas on this, it's kind of hard to see in the camera if I can get the reflection on there, but it's just like an embossed logo on the cover of the jacket. And it's cool. I like that it comes in a polyline sleeve. That's always a big bonus for me, especially when you're paying this kind of money for a service. And then that's the vinyl there. That looks pretty damn sweet. Another great album that I decided to grab. This is part of the Essentials line from Vinyl Me Please. That's a Belladonna by Stevie Nicks. And something I noticed about the Stevie Nicks album that is not on the Stone Temple Pilots album is on the back of the Obi strip. There's a little blurb about the album. So that's kind of cool. Little added thing. And then this has there's a little poster card that comes with it. I will say the packaging is pretty nice on these albums too. I don't know if you can see it in the camera there, but it's nice thick jacket that they use on these albums. A nice printed inner sleeve. And that's just like a blue, and you can see there's like a black swirl through the album. That's pretty cool looking. And then from their hip hop series, got Raising Hell by Run DMC. Just a great album. This is the same with Belladonna. It has a little blurb on the back of the Obi strip there. I will say that I'm not a big fan of the resealable sleeves that they use also. So I'm not sure if I'm going to replace these yet, but I don't see those probably lasting very long. They seem really kind of thin. So I don't know. I'll decide what I'm going to do with that later. But there's it's what it looks like without the sleeve on there. Comes with this really cool Run DMC punch out. The album is on just green vinyl. An album that I was a little surprised Vinyl Me Please even offered is the self-titled album from the Runaways. Just a great album from the 70s. I really love this one. Loved this one since I was a kid, so definitely I was going to grab this one. But this one doesn't come with an Obi strip. I don't know if this is just an exclusive release, or maybe this wasn't one that they offered as like a monthly album. But that's the cover there. Just a standard jacket on here. It's got just a gatefold. Looks like it has a little insert in here about the band. And there's the lyrics there. And then that's cool. The album itself is actually in a clear sleeve, so that's kind of cool that a little added bonus there. Even though I'll probably replace this one also, just on the blue vinyl. Oh, and something I missed on the back of the Runaways album is actually numbered up to 2,000. It's numbered up to 3,000. I got number 2,442, and probably hard to see, but it's down in the bottom corner here. So that's kind of cool that it's numbered. The next one is one I'm pretty sure was part of was a monthly release through the hip hop series, and then I think ended up getting reissued. But it's the self-titled album from Naughty by Nature. This one is not in a resealable sleeve, so I'll have to open this one up. And all it said on the cover was it was a VMP exclusive. There's the front cover there, and the back cover. And this is a 2LP. And what I've noticed with all of them is they're all in polyline sleeves, so that's pretty cool. Which I feel like every album, if it's more than like $30-$35, should at least come with a poly sleeve on there. And then that's pretty cool. It's yellow, green, and blue vinyl, and I'm assuming the second disc looks the same. Oh, actually, it's slightly different. It doesn't have as much green through the middle of the two colors. It looks like a pretty nice release. VMP also has some great jazz albums that they offer. I've been a big Thelonious Monk fan, for really ever since I got into jazz music. So of course I was going to grab a copy of Monk's music. Just a great album. Just an absolute beautiful cover there. And then on the back, it does have in silver stamped VMP Classics on there. You can see up in the top corner there. So just a standard jacket that the album comes in. And then this is, of course, jazz music has to be on black vinyl. Another great rock album I grabbed is Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. Just an absolute classic. One that I think gets kind of overlooked in Bruce's discography, but it's just a great album. And I don't know if this is something that Vinyl Me Please does with a lot of their releases, but this one also comes with a little poster card on here. Little blurb on the back of it. Just the standard Nebraska album jacket. And then this one is on like a smoke vinyl. Yeah. It's a clear and black. Looks pretty cool. Another classic rock album that was part of the Essentials line from VMP is Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan. This is the mono pressing of it. And, while I do like this album, I think it is slightly overrated, but, there's some really great tracks on here. And like I said, for the price I was getting these albums for, I felt like a steal. Before I even open this up, I see they've got another one of those inserts on this album also. That's kind of cool. It's not like a regular, like, thin paper insert. It's on, like, heavier cardstock. So I think it's kind of I think it's an added bonus for the album. That's what the insert looks like outside of the packaging. And I don't have wall space to hang some of these up, but that's actually a pretty nice looking insert. And then these should both be on like a goldish tan vinyl. That's kind of cool. I thought it was actually a solid color, but that's actually translucent. I don't know if I've ever seen like a goldish brown color vinyl like that. It's actually a nice look. That's cool. There's a little Columbia booklet. It's included with this one about the album. And then the second LP should be on that same color, that translucent tan kind of color. And then the last one I've got is probably, outside of STP4, is probably the one I was most excited for. It's an album I think I had on CD like way back in the day when it first came out. But I didn't have it very long. I've loved the album for a long time, though. I've streamed it a bunch of times over the years. That album is Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. This is another one that's part of the Essentials line, and it also comes with so maybe just the Essential releases that come with the that heavier insert on the backside, which it's pretty cool. The crown there, that's pretty cool. You can see the artwork outside there, and it does say on the back who the artwork is by. I just love that crown. That looks pretty sweet. I know it'll be hard to see on camera, but the where it says Die on here is embossed in red on the jacket. So big up on top and then Die on the bottom, so it is embossed on there. So that's kind of cool. It does come in a nice printed inner sleeve there. Like I said, this is on red and black and white splatter. It's got a nice pattern to it. There's the other insert, Ready to Die. Let's get some credits on the back side of it there. And this is on an opposite. So this is white with red and black on there. So that's kind of cool. So those are the 9 albums that I got from Vinyl Me Please. I don't know. I'll have to see what happens when it comes time to renew my subscription next year. If I don't get a promo code or some kind of big discount, I probably don't see myself signing up for another year, because it is pretty expensive without any kind of discount. But I don't know. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of Vinyl Me Please. I know they've got a great reputation of their album sounding good, so I'm definitely excited for that. They also look pretty cool also. So it definitely has something that I think a lot of other subscription services are kind of lacking. So I'm definitely excited to see what this new rock service that they offer releases over the next year. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.